Welcome back to Terrible at Fishing, everybody, because today, hopefully, it'll be a good outcome. We're going to talk about fly fishing and fly tying vices. So, let's get into it. All right, well, I got the camera down here looking down at me. So maybe we can get this up a little bit. Not too far up because I got something planned. So, let's do... So I wanted to talk about something, and it was, well... I was talking about fly tying vices. I know it. These little things, all right, they got to hold the hook, and they got to hold them steady. And so this is a $35 vise. It goes in. I have it mounted in my workstation, but it comes with a clamp. And a good vise is really important because when you want it to hold that little itty bitty hook, this little itty bitty hook, really tight. So when I'm running the thread around it and creating the fly, it doesn't do this. This isn't a bad vise. It does okay. It's just not a good vise because it will shift my my hook a little bit, and then because of these two knobs here, which adjust the width as well as the tension of the rotation, they come loose a lot. So if I do this, see how loose it is? And I have to tighten it again, and then it's nice and tight again to hold. But if I do this, it loosens again. So it's kind of a bummer. And so the vise is really important. So I'm going to do something, and we're going to go to a screen capture. So hopefully I do this right. We're going to make that go away and go to screen capture. And I am going to pull up this background here. So we are going to switch this over. All right. And I am going to make me tiny way down here. Me. There I go. All right. Renzetti. Oh my goodness. Now Renzetti is considered, that's Mr. Renzetti who started the company right down there. And it's handmade, okay? And well, with machines, of course. It's a CNC. And he invented the very first high-end vise. It was $199 way back, 45 years ago or so. He also invented the one that rotates, the 3/6, the rotating vise. He invented that. Not this one, of course. That's not a Renzetti. And Renzetti vices, well, they're $199 way back then was a very expensive vise. His most popular is called the Traveler Series. The Traveler Series is a very nice vise. And this is what a lot of fly tyers love to tie on. And it's very well made, very, very precise. It can hold a hook down from a 28 to a 4/0. That's pretty good. You can see the price. Not cheap. $369. They actually go down to about $210. Here it is. $210 is the lowest price on the, and you gain a few features, you lose a little plastic, gain a little metal, things like that, with the Traveler. And that's, I mean, really is a fantastic vise. Make anybody happy. Most people are very happy. He does have what he calls the Presentation Series. So the Presentation Series is really his first vise was a Presentation 3000. This particular vise was, or the name of it, the Presentation 3000, was the very first one, that $199 one, way back when. Now you could see it; it's about $479. So the 3000 runs a little bit more money. You can see that it's got a very small vise on it, and this thing can again go from a 28 up to a 2. So this particular vise is made for trout fishing. It's not made for deep sea fishing or big hooks. That's what the 4000's for. See, the 4000's got a bigger vise to it. And that's the differences between some of these particular vises. Now, the Master Series is his, well, it's his granddaddy. The Grandmaster Series, this comes in a box signed by him. And really, this is kind of a collector's edition. And you probably wouldn't be tying on this. This is kind of like having, I don't know, that perfect car that you've always wanted. You don't drive it very much, but you take it out and show it to people. This is a $2,000 vise. Okay. All right. The special edition Master Series, these come in different color. You can get them in different colors. You can get them, and this black anodized here with all the brass on it. But we're going to talk about the Master. Now, the Master does come in different colors. This green is really, really pretty. You can see the price. It's $1,200 for this green one. But we're going to talk more on the lines of this guy right here. This is the Master Vise Deluxe with a pedestal base. They're magnetic right down in here. And this has got a ratcheting rotation or not. You could change out the vise in here for bigger hooks, smaller hooks, whatever you want. This particular one is probably the most precise, precisioned, accurate vise that one can buy. It's called the Master Series. And the Master Series is, well, it's kind of crazy cool. But it's, I tell my wife, it's sort of like the Ferrari or the Lamborghini, or in my case, a 69 Dodge Charger Daytona. Okay? For those of you who don't know what a Dodge Charger Daytona is, so 69 Dodge Charger Daytona. Now, they only made 500 of these, supposedly. Okay, and this is the Daytona right here. This is one of the, and if you get this with the Hemi, this is one of the most collectible cars. This is a 7-figure car. This is a car that I would love to own, but I wouldn't drive hardly at all. I mean, one is huge. I mean, that nose cone on the front, the big wing on the back, but they only made it in 69. In 1970, they didn't make it. They made the Superbird. Okay, that's the one that you are known for. Richard Petty was known to drive and win lots of races in. The Daytona was the first car in NASCAR to break the 200 mile per hour record at Talladega. This is my Ferrari, my Lamborghini, or my Renzetti Master. It really is. Or the Master or what was the other one? The Grandmaster series. Okay, the commemorative one. That really is, the commemorative one is my Dodge Charger Daytona Hemi 4-speed. We got to have the 830 transmission in it. And that's kind of why people buy these particular ones. It's not going to make you tie a fly better. I mean, you're only going to be as good as, come on, you're only going to be as good as your skill level. But the Bella is down here. the This particular company, Renzetti, they only have about 11 employees. So they basically have a woman, I forget her name, but she polishes the brass and everything, and his son works in the facility, and he has employees that have worked for him for a very long time. The Renzetti tradition is important, and that's kind of why people buy Renzetti. Not only because it's an extremely good vise, and it broke the ground and the rotating vise, but come on, he's just wanting to be petted a lot. The Renzetti name is, well, if you looked it up, it is really there's nothing bad said about him. So why do I bring this up? Why do I bring this up? Because this vise that you see on the screen right now, I'm going to try to buy. Either I will buy it or I will not buy it. I don't know. I don't know yet. It's on auction right now. And we're going to look at the lot. And we're going to see what it sells for, whether I buy it or somebody else buys it. We're going to see. But you can see the price of it right here at $820. So we're going to go over to this site called High Bid. And I bought some stuff off of High Bid, lots. Now, this is the lot, okay, that this Renzetti Master is in. And this is the Renzetti Master right here. This is the box that it comes in. It's brand new. This guy, I will show you something. Go to his catalog. This is what he's selling right now. He's a gun guy, okay? That's what he does. He sells guns. Lots and lots and lots of guns. That's what he sells. He doesn't sell fishing goods. He's got 2 lots of fishing goods. That's what he's got. He's got this one, Fly Fishing Supplies. It's a rather inexpensive kit. It's a $99 kit, but he's got some other stuff in here to help get people to bid on it. But $45 is about all this kit is worth, to be honest. It's just not worth a whole lot more than that. But because he's a gun guy, he doesn't know fishing. And one of the reasons I know that is because the vise he put in, this vise is upside down. Okay? He put it together just out of the box just for display. And he put the vise, the actual pinchers, upside down in the mechanism. So, and then I was thinking, okay, so there's another piece here. And I'm thinking, is it in here? And so I zoom in, and it is in there. And it's got an extra head, which is a very expensive thing to do. And there it is. There's right here. That's the back end of the Master Series. It also has quite a few attachments. The parachute attachment. He's got the bobbin attachment. I told you, it's got an extra head. I mean, just the head alone is $400. All right. So this kit right here has a retail value of probably, I don't know, about $1,200, $1,400, because there's a lot of really good stuff in here. Some stuff that I would want. Okay, so there are some things in here I'll be keeping. This right back here, this is a spooler for my my fly fishing reels. Back there, you put your fly fishing reel on here, and then you can spool it with all the different lines, the backing and the float line and things like that. So this right here allows you to spool a fly fishing reel. There is some really nice things in this kit. There is some fly tying accessories. This right here, you can't see it very well, but this is a backboard for when you're tying, so you can see the contrast. You can see your flies better. So this particular kit or lot that this gentleman has put together, there's, these little tools right down here are about $40 each. These are very high end, the Metz Timco tools, as well as quite a few other things down here that hackle brush and hackle pliers, hackle, cutters. You got some, these little bottles are probably UV coats. And so I have no idea what this thing is. That's a clamp, but what it's for, I have no idea what it's for, because this comes with the base. It might be a clamp to hold that down. I don't know. There's a few things in here. I just don't know what exactly it is. And there's some flies, and there's some material here, some hackle. And I am, anyway, why do I want to buy this? Well, if I buy it, and it ends in 44 minutes. So I'm going to do a lot of editing. And in order to cut this video down. In 44 minutes, we'll find out who buys this. At the moment, I am winning it at $160. Considering there's about $1,500 in that picture, I will not exceed, because of pure budgets, a certain amount, which isn't even close. Then what I will do is I will turn around and I will sell it. Okay, once I receive it, I will sell this particular vise out on the marketplace. It is worth $800. And I will attempt to sell it, for as much as I can get for it. If I get it for $160, I might keep it. I mean, that's just sick. Which is not too likely. In 44 minutes, other bidders will come in. But the fact that it's hidden in a catalog of guns helps me. And the fact that the company who's selling it is a gun company, they don't know, exactly what they have. I mean, I'm sure they do, because I'm sure they looked it up online. But most people go to this particular auction. It's sort of like going to a car auction and buying a boat. A bunch of car guys go to a car auction. They don't want to buy a boat. So the boat goes for a few bucks. And that's kind of what I'm hoping for today. I'm really hoping that this happens just like that. I don't know. Because, I mean, I would love to have my Dodge Charger Daytona. Actually, you know what this is? This is more like my 69 Dodge Chargers. You know, I have owned two of these cars. I've owned two 69 Dodge Chargers. And my last one was yellow, so it looked like that. Had the RT stripe, actually, but didn't have the blackout on the hood. But it was a hardtop, just like that. And that's kind of what my car looked like. My last one. My first one looked like that, green, except it had a black top. It was a black. No, that's not it. That's a 500. You can tell a 500 because there's a different grill on it. We don't want a 500. I love split grills. I mean, the 69 was a. That's a 500 too. You know, the neat thing about Chargers is there it is. There's my first car. Even has a black top. That's my first car. My very first car was a 69 Dodge Charger RT, and it was a 4-speed. I really doubt that that is a 4-speed. We're going to talk about cars because I got to waste a little time while the auction continues. Look at that. I mean, it's just beautiful. I was in high school, all right? All my, they named it Justine, and it's a 4-speed. It's a 4-speed. No, it isn't. That's a 727. Yeah, that's a 727. It's not a 4-speed. So this is almost my first car. 4-speeds are so much more fun. And this was my very first car. And I just, you fall in love with your first car when it's a really cool first car. And that's why I went ahead and bought another one. And, this is a Hemi. The one thing about the Chargers, the stripes changed year to year. So this is a fat stripe with two thin lines on it. The 68 had two fat stripes. So, I mean, and then, of course, see that split grille right there? That is indicative of only a 69 Charger. The 68 and the 70, which had the same body, they removed that eye frame right there. And the 70 has a wraparound bumper, the one on the outside there. And the 68 just didn't have this. And then, the headlights are hidden. And so in 70, they made it electric. In this one, it's a vacuum canister. So you really need the engine to run in order to expose your lights. Gotta love vacuum. And yes, the Dukes of Hazzards generally was a 69 Dodge Charger. Although they did masquerade a lot of 68s in order to film and destroy so many of them. So, but the 69 Dodge Charger was made famous from the Dukes of Hazzard. And then the Daytona was made famous because of winning races. Back then, NASCAR, National Automotive Stock Car Automobile Racing or something like that, it went. And so SC was for stock cars. And back in those days, stock cars had to have a minimum production of 500 sold to the public. So basically they had this thing is that you win on Sunday, sell on Monday. And in 69, Mopar Dodge really wanted to win NASCAR. So they created, they had this one, but then it wasn't fast enough. So they made the 500. What they did with the 500 is they pushed the grill out. They put the Super B grill on, and they pushed it out. And then the rear window, it recesses right here. We call these sail fins. They pulled the window out, and made it ride the sail fin all the way down. Gave it a little bit better aerodynamics. Got a couple more miles per hour out of it. Wasn't fast enough. So what they did with the 500, they kept that window there because it was catching air back here on the sail fins. And they put the nose cone and then the wing on it. And that's what did it. That gave birth to 200 miles per hour on the at Talladega. And then the next year, because they changed production runs, NASCAR wanted 2,000, not 500 made. So they canceled the Charger Daytona and they came out with the Superbird, which is the Plymouth version of the same car. And that's what Richard Petty drove all the time. And then after it won too many races in 1970, they outlawed the wing. I mean, talk about having having it stacked against you. We got to keep an eye on my bids here. Make sure that we stay as the high bids. We're 35 minutes left. And so that's what happened with the 69 Dodge Charger. You can see the 440 was only 375 horsepower. Well, the Hemi, which is a 426 Hemi, was 425 horsepower stock. And that's what they were. And so, I mean, if I had $82,000, I would have bought it back then. This is back in 1921 or 2021. But what a great car to drive. Although, of course, I would want a 4-speed. If I'm going to spend $80,000 on a car, I would want a 4-speed. And I just love. I mean, this car is This is the car that I would always want. This one's sold hardtop. This is not the green my car was. Still automatic, so this is still the 727. Nothing wrong with the 727. The 727 transmission is considered a bulletproof transmission. Drag racers use it all the time. So let's see if anybody's got one for sale. It's all models. Huh, here. Probably not. There's a restoration one. We can work on that, which is fun to do. This is 68. Remember I told you I had 2 fat stripes? 68's got that. And that's a 68 there too. And 73. That's a 3rd gen. You see how they changed it completely? I'm never a big 3rd gen person. This is a 70. It's got that wraparound front bumper on it. Yeah, not big crazy about that. Not crazy about that. Here's 69 for $100,000 only. This is only for $100,000 in a Hemi orange. So you can put the flag on top and the 01 on the side, and you got yourself a General Lee. And of course, you got to have the push bumper and the daisy horn. It's got an 8-track. Awesome. I had an 8-track in my last one. And look at that. It is a 4-speed. This is one of the coolest shifters there are. You can't see it from here, but it goes up and does a 90-degree turn this way and then a 90-degree turn up. This is a right next to your thigh shifter. It's a short shift. It is really one of the cool. This is a car I would buy. $100,000. And it is a car I would buy. This one I would get. These are not 69 Dodge Charger seats, though. These are 70 Dodge Charger seats. 69 did not have a high back. This is not a car that's restored year correct. Original H code car, 383 4-speed, good. 323 rear axle ratio, not real fast off the line. 323. Oh no, it's real fast off the line. You're going to be screaming down the highway on a 323. But you are. I don't think it's some numbers. I wonder if it's numbers matching. For $100,000, it better be numbers matching. Does not see. If you felt the need, you can wrap the 01 and the flag on top, because it is a Hemi orange, which is what the General Lee was. RT badge company in black rear accent stripe, famous 440. Got it. And we're just wasting time for my auction. All right, look, of course, no rust to deal with, tons of eye appeal. Yeah. This is my favorite car. She has a great sounding exhaust system with the headers, dual exhaust. All right, well, I put TTI headers on mine. Hop in, fire it up. Vehicle locations at our client's home. All right. We do have a show with about 25 cars free. All right. Well, there you go. I would replace those seats, though. I really would. I'd replace. That would drive me nuts. High back seats would drive me nuts in that car. I would have to have my 69 seats in there. I know it's weird, but to a purist, it's real important for me to have, it's got a tick-tock tack. It's got a clock in the middle of a tachometer. Very cool. This right here is your light switch. It activates your vacuum canister to open up the lights. See that little button down there? You old timers know that's for the brights. Yes, this thing's not only got 3 pedals down here, emergency brake, and you've got this. Your feet are crazy busy down there. The rally cluster is really a neat rally cluster. And yeah, my last one had an 8-track. So I think that's really AM radio only and 8-track. So I don't know what that is. No idea what that is. Let's see. It's got a hang in there. I don't know what that is. Maybe he's got a hideaway deck in here. I did that with my last car. Put a hideaway deck in it. This is just brings back memories to me, guys. It just brings back memories. It's not the best of resto. To see how this is done right here, the interior. I don't think I would offer this guy $99,000. The seats are not original. The original seats did not have this. It was vinyl basically all the way across. It didn't have this furriness to it right there, and it didn't have those seats. Let's look at the engine. This isn't factory either. I understand why he did this, but I think I have the factory air cleaner in my garage, believe it or not, so that's no big deal. Take that baby off and put the other one. He's got a high-rise manifold. That's why he did this, because the other one wouldn't fit. So he had to go with a shorter air cleaner on it, because he went with a high-rise manifold. So, and high-rise manifolds are really nice. It gets more air into it. He's got an electronic, all right, this right here is an electronic ignition system. So this is not your normal distributor. This is actually controlled right back here. So this is something that he upgraded. So this is a mod. So let's go look on this side. He did not put disc brakes on here. This crazy car is still running with his 4 drum brakes. Because if he had disc brakes, we would have a power cylinder right here. So it's just one of those things where he's done a lot of stuff to this car, but he just didn't do everything I would do. I would definitely put some disc brakes on the fronts, and I would change this brake cylinder out on this one, and I might change that manifold. He's got, looks like perhaps TTI headers. I don't know. I can't tell. TTI makes the best headers. Let's look at this one. Maybe. I can't see if it's a TTI or not. But but I would definitely change that out and put some really nice disc brakes. He went with a Be Cool radiator. That radiator is not stock either. That radiator is aluminum. So this is what we made by a company called Be Cool. And I had to do that with mine because I had to bore it up to 60 over. Okay, we're still winning. 25 minutes to go. So let's look at this car even more. Now, another neat thing, too, about this car, right up in here, there is your blinkers are here and here facing the driver. So as you turn your turn signal on, there are blinker indicators in the hood right here. That's pretty cool. The A-frame, the I-beam, I think it's called an I-beam. Let's look at it. Usually this is dented, and it looks like it might be. It's kind of common. That's why they took it out in 1970. And this one looks like it's probably dented a little bit. It happens. It kind of adds to the mystique of the car. It is, the paint looks good. Paint looks good, at least in a picture. I mean, you never know until you get it. And this guy, has been treated to some lovely upgrades. Brand new electronic operated hideaway. Oh, the hideaway headlight doors are electric. I did not notice the vacuum canister wasn't there. So he did upgrade the hideaway doors to electric, which is really nice. That actually is one of those things you'd like to do. If you're doing a resto, it's one of those mods that you would like to have. RT badge company in black rear stripes, famous 440, got it. Sporting modern Holly sniper fuel injection system. We already noticed the we already noticed the electronics in it. But he did put a Holly. I had a Rochester on it, a spread bore, and matching distributor 354 performance axle ratio. I thought it said 323 gear ratio. Interesting. Okay. It's kind of a comp. 354, 323. It's a contradiction. An aluminum radiator to keep the engine as cool as the driver. Awesome set of billet Magnum 500 style wheels, which are very nice. Those are very that's the original look, is those the Magnum wheels. And Nitto performance radials for the right look, so good. I mean, he's trying to make it look, but still have some nice things to it. Hemi Orange Classic. The interior. Wonder what the original color was on it. Did they put down the color, the VIN code, the build code on here? Probably not. The interior is very nice overall. Clean factory power windows. That's weird. Factory power windows? Didn't know they had factory power windows back then. We had cranks. Has a small blemish on the driver's seat and a little looseness on the B pillar. All right. Of the headliner. She has a great sounding exhaust with the header's dual exhaust. I guess the only thing, okay, well, yeah, a B pillar. This is the B pillar right here. So you got A pillar here, you got your B pillar, and then you got your C. So when we look at the interior again, we have a shot of that? Probably not. Now these are wing windows. I did not notice it didn't have a crank on it. So these are electric windows, which is really fancy. And it says it's factory. And when you do a paint job, you do an off. You basically you're going to put it on a rotisserie, and you're going to put a soft bead against it, strip it down, and then repaint it. So when you look at door jambs, and you're really looking to see, did they do a full paint? Now it might have been an original Hemi orange. I don't know. That'd be good if it was an original Hemi orange. They did not put the build code on it. But build code tells you everything, what the original car was fitted with. So, very nice car. Really nice car. I would definitely own that. I would definitely own this car. See? Now, if somebody wants to buy if I get this, buy it for $100,000, or I'll take a trade for that car. All right, we're just going to keep an eye on this. We're at 20 minutes now. And we're into that bidding time where people will start on the bid. So again, it's lost in a catalog of guns. This guy has two fishing. I showed you the one. Yeah, this one's worth $45. So this person, when they get this, they'll get it for $45 more than likely, and it really is worth it. But this particular little vise that it comes with is a lot like this one, actually a little less quality than this one. And that vise isn't very good. But everything else in here is actually, good. I like Boga grip. I mean, it'd be nice to have. Basically, it's a lip gripper with a scale. It's $45. So what he's paying for it is worth the Boga grip alone. So it's a pretty good little setup for, I'd give this worth about $100. So, $45. If it's for him, great. If not, he can turn around and make a profit off of it if he wants to flip it. I would love to flip this. Although if I get it for this amount of money, then I don't know if I want to flip it. So I could probably sell some of this other stuff and probably get me my $160 for it. Because that Renzetti, I already showed you, that's what that is. See how that vise is in there? That little itty bitty vise. This poor guy. He put it in upside down. It's facing down right there. Let's see if we could get it up. There it is. There it is. It's pointing down. Oops. He's not a fly guy. He's not, he don't know. You don't know. These things have smooth ball bearings in it. This thing is machined so perfectly. There's not another vise better than this. There just isn't. Dynaking is another vise that's really, really good, but not as well featured as this. And Renzetti, they again, 11 people in the company, and they all have a specific job doing specific things on machines in order to make each one of these parts by hand. It is a spectacular vise. So we're just waiting another 20 minutes, 19 minutes. So you can see my max bid is at $200. So I wanted to see if anybody would bring me up to that. I do have a little bit more leeway. So I just want to see if anybody jumps in and tries to take that from me. Hopefully not. That is my first car right there. It's my very first car. Except mine was a 4-speed. But it had a black top. Black tops were real common. Hard tops weren't. They also had what's called a white top special. Instead of black vinyl on the top, it had white vinyl. Now, the problem with the vinyl is that it captured moisture in it. And so you would want to remove this, basically, and fill in, some of the holes that are here that the trim is on, and then make this a hard top because you just didn't want your top rusting. So I'll show you the inside. See, this is the 69 seat. You see that? That is not the seat in here. These are 1970 Charger seats. This is a 69 Charger seat. Now, I had to find these in my last Charger because it had the bucket seats like the other one. And I didn't like it. So I actually bought seats from a junkyard in Georgia. There's a big Mopar yard there. And I had to have him ship them to me. So that's kind of the seat I want in it. And even these aren't 69. You see, these are short buckets. But you see this headrest? The headrest didn't exist in 69. So you kind of snapped your neck. But nonetheless, it's kind of the fun part of shifting. This thing would, this one will snap your neck at, they're good seats. They're just not the right seat. It's not the right seat. Just not the right seat. That would drive me nuts. Literally. Would drive me nuts. And I would offer this guy $75,000 for it. I'd offer him $75,000 because he did not. He did do mods, and once you do a mod to a car, it lowers the value of the car. So you have a negotiation advantage to it. Because once the mods are made, you want something that's restored, a restoration, a true restoration. Those are headers. I only know of one company that makes headers for this engine in this car, which is TTI, which is great. But the original wasn't anything like these. This, a mod. The fact that it doesn't have a vacuum, a mod to it. So it was a very good paint job, though. He did. I mean, again, Mopar, Dodge is the only company that made the engine well the same color as the body, and which is kind of cool. Now, the everybody else, the engine wells are black, not with Mopar. They painted everything one color. And it's just made it really cool. Made it really cool. You see your map pocket. That's your map pocket. Yes, we had paper maps back then, and you put them in here. That's your map pocket. Wing windows. That was your air conditioner right there. This one doesn't have air conditioning. So if you did, it'd be sitting right here. The big old air conditioner. My first one had air conditioner. It was factory. But this one doesn't have it. Yeah, this is one of those things, too. It does run hot. And that's why he went with the Be Cool radiator. I'm just wondering what the bore out was on it. It's a 440. I wonder on the rebuild, I'm sure he had it rebuilt, if he had to bore it out. And when you do that, you got to change a whole lot of stuff. Okay, here's refresh. 12 minutes. I'm still winning it. We got 12 minutes to go, guys. We're seeing if I am winning it. Let's see if I win it. So there are some really neat things in here. So these right here, these are $40 just for these bobbin holders. And then these are hackle pliers. And this is a hackle cutter, or cutters. And, you know, just 1, 2, 3, 4, that's $100 right there. Just for those 4 things. It's $100. I don't know what kind of thread that is. There are some really nice things right in here that I would really... this right here, that's called a whip finisher. This right here twists the hackle, or bobbin twist, or I don't know, something twist. I forget what it's called. I'm still learning. You got a little knife there. We got, I don't know what that is. It's part of that. And got a little hook things. We got some other stuff. Yeah, I have no idea what some of this stuff is. Because, you know, it's just pictures. I can't believe there's another head in there. I just can't believe there's 2 heads. So, see how he put it upside down? Upside down. It should be up. So this right here shows me that this is this particular vise. See that? Right here. This right here is the Master Vise Deluxe. And because the other one doesn't have this little bit right here. So, yeah, I don't know what any of that is. Cream scents? I don't know. Hackle pliers right here. Yeah, I don't know. This is a close-up of what's in the box. So this is the other piece to the back end of it, and then parachute attachment. This right here is a $40, $50 attachment right here, and this comes with it, of course. And this is, and then the other piece too is, you know, the backdrop. So, but yeah, you got all sorts of tools in here. Got lots of tools and lots of different stuff that I could sell, because you don't need 2 hackle pliers. You know, there's one here, and you keep the good one or keep the bad one. You know, play with it and see which one's which. And you know, having multiple bobbin holders is really nice. So okay, let's keep an eye on this. Still 9 minutes left. We're 9 minutes left. Still winning it. We're still winning it. I'd love to have it for 160. I really would. I'd love to have it. But if I go to my max, then I'll have to sell it. I mean, a $200 is what you would pretty much expect to spend for a high quality fly tying vise, is $200. So this is, like I told you, this is my Dodge Charger RT, you know, and the collector's edition for $2,000. That would be the Daytona. Still winning, just refreshed. Still winning it. We're at 8 minutes. Refreshes when you get down to a certain amount of time every minute. Although I could hit refresh. So just keep an eye on it and see. And we'll just keep an eye on it. See what happens. It's kind of exciting when you think about it. Auctions are amazingly fun and addicting. This particular auction is, well, it's this I can't believe that. I mean, a Renzetti Masters Deluxe. I mean, okay, it's going to refresh. See if anybody bid on it yet. Not yet. 7 minutes to go. This particular here, I mean, this one right here, this is what we're bidding on right here. This is what we're bidding on. So, that's what we're bidding on. Just for the head, it's $564. I mean, for the entire kit, that's what we're looking at right here. Is the pedestal. So, this one's the black pedestal. So, it's $735. So if we went here, yeah, whatever. A number 28 to a 10-aught. That's what that thing can do. So clear anodized finish. Let's see. Okay, just refreshed. Nobody's bidding yet. We got 6 minutes left. Nobody's trying to outbid me yet. I know it. This is where you get a little nervous, right? You get a little nervous, right? Getting a little nervous. Alright, we just keep counting down another 6 minutes, 5 seconds. 6 minutes and 5 seconds. It's going to refresh in 10 more seconds. I mean, I could refresh it, but it's kind of fun. Let it do its own thing. Still good. We're still good at 160. So, if I do resell this, you know, $750. Well, there's more parts to it. If you look at some of the Vise series, some of the Vise accessories to it, it's got more than this. Okay, here we go again. Let's see if anybody's popped in another bid. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Uh-oh, somebody did. We might not be able to get it. Okay. I'm at my max now. Somebody did come in at the last. We'll see. Now I'm nervous. Now I'm nervous. Yeah, I'm going to have to sell it. I'm just going to refresh it. This is nerve-wracking. Two and a half minutes to go. We're up to $225 right now on this. This is about the price that you're going to pay for a traveler. Still winning it. Still winning. I'm at my max though. This guy went to 250. I might not win it. I'm at my max, guys. This is my max. He can outbid me. Next bid, if he bids one more time, he has no idea what my max is. He has no idea. For all he knows, it's $500. $250 might have been his max. I don't know. I got outbid. He went to 300. Well, that is my stubbornness. All right, that's as high as I'm going. 285. It's $35 more than my wife let me. We'll see. I just wanted to see where his max was. He's not going to let it go, is he? As much as I don't want to let it go, I'm going to have to let it go. If he outbids me, that's that, guys. If he outbids me, that is it. Scary. It extends the auction on closing bids, you know. Gives it another minute and a half or something. Still winning it. I might get it for $285. Closing. I think I got it. Well, I got to tell my wife I went $35 over. We're selling it. So, this particular device, a $700 vise, with quite a few accessories. All right, quite a $734 vise with a lot of accessories. A lot of accessories are on this thing. Dabbing tools, pliers, scissors, files, miscellaneous. I want it. $285. Well, that's it, guys. Look at that. New in the box. A lot of accessories. We're going to sell it for $600. Double the price. That's what we're going to sell it for. I'm going to sell it for $600. $600 with all the accessories is a darn good price. Wow. Well, oh my goodness, display capture. Wow. There you go. There you go, guys. Where is that wall? I'm trying to find it. The other background. There it is. Voila. All right. That's pretty exciting. I hate that filter. I need that filter, don't I? Oh. Smoothness. There we go. It's a little better. Anyway, a Renzetti Master. And when I get it, which should be in a couple weeks, we'll go through it, and I'll probably tie a fly on it just because if you get the dream, you got to take it for a spin, right? That's right. All right, guys, that is it. Let me end it with my rockin' outro, and you'll see that for sale soon.